How's it going, everybody? I, of course, am Dr. Delay, and today we have the first matchup of the round of 32. The Saint Louis Billikens coming in with a 29-5 record, seeded 9th in the Midwest, taking on the number 1 seeded Michigan Wolverines, who are 32-3. Both teams can light it up. We'll see if that is what we are blessed with. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, it is a good game and a good stream. Thank you guys. Again, I am Dr. Delay. Gonna give you play-by-play for 3 games today. Again, whenever the streams go down, I don't know if they're up, to be honest with you. They might be down. I don't even know. But regardless, I can be a pretty good backup option. So, again, make your way back here whenever whenever you can't watch the game anymore. But yeah, again, St. Louis, Michigan tipping off the day. I'll be back later for Texas A&M, Houston, and then Vanderbilt, Nebraska right after that. But yeah, again, we should have a good one here. Both teams, again, averaging very high. Again, Michigan 87 points a game, St. Louis 88 points a game. Both allowing 70 points a game, both shooting 51% from the field, both averaging 40 rebounds a game. They're just pretty much the same team, albeit, again, have faced different competition. But we'll see if that actually matters today. The winner of this game will face the winner of tomorrow's Texas Tech and Alabama matchup. So, again, we should have a good game in store for us today. DJ, good to see you. Appreciate you, Lowry. How's it going? Ricky, good to see you. Pulling for St. Louis. David, good to see you. You got 27-32. That's pretty good. I got 26 of 32 to open up my round 1 bracket. So, yeah, we'll see if that can, stay like that. Honestly, not bad, but, it is what it is. This is way better than subscribing to a radio station. Oh, appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. I don't know. I mean, I do apologize. I appreciate you, Tyzy, for tuning in. First games for me are usually rough. I'm not going to lie. I usually get better throughout the day. So it's going to take a little bit. Obviously, I've not covered St. Louis yet, so it's going to take me a little bit as well to get the names down. Have covered Michigan, so it should be pretty quickly, quick to get the names down. All right, tip-off is underway. Won by Michigan. Michigan going to be in white, St. Louis in blue. As here is Cadeau at the logo. Bounce pass over here to, I believe that's Ledenberg. Ledenberg with it as he's driving inside. Kicks it back out to Johnson. Johnson back to Cadeau. Cadeau with it as he's making his way inside, floating up to Johnson. Johnson underneath the basket and is going to get called for a travel. A little high pass there from Cadeau, and Johnson just, couldn't quite handle it well. So this will be St. Louis's first possession. And apparently, I heard about him last year, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, apparently also known as Robbie Avila. He's going to be here on St. Louis, so we'll see him in action here as that's a pass here to Brown. Pump fakes, puts it up, gets the basket, and St. Louis with the first points of the game. 2-0, 19-13 left to go in the first. All right, here is Cadeau going left to right again here on the near side, looking for a teammate, finds one in Mara. Mara is going to, just keep it at the point as he now hands it off here to Burnett. Burnett back to Cadeau, back to Burnett. Burnett, pump fakes, looking, finding Cadeau again. He jacks up a 3. That's good. And Michigan with the first lead. With their first lead of the day, 18-47 and counting. Here is St. Louis, the Billikens. Here is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar kicking it outside to Brown for 3. That's good. And right now we're seeing a lot of scoring. Again, that is expected with these teams. They can put on quite a show offensively. Bounce pass here to Mara. Mara floats it into Johnson. Johnson underneath. Underneath, puts it up, gets the basket, no problem. And now we're again at 5-5, tying it up. That is not what it is. There we go. 5-5 here. This is McCautry. McCautry with the floater. Going to be it rolled in. Thought it was too strong. No, sir. It was perfect. 7-5. Your score, St. Louis. Again, very quickly, these guys just putting up points as Ledenberg on the far side. Driving inside. Loses the ball. Gets it right back. Kicks it out to Mara. Mara back to Ledenberg. Ledenberg with it as he's kicking it out now to Mara. Mara working his way inside. Spinning. Floaters. Good. 7-7 your score. All right, here we go. This is Jones. Jones on the far side. Trying to find a teammate. Finds one in Green. Green with it at the logo. Bounce pass to Avila. who's just going to chill out. Do you guys want Avia or Jabbar? As there's a three from Avia. That's good. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 10-7, your score. St. Louis leading the number 1 seeded Michigan Wolverines as Cadeau driving in the lane, puts it up. Can't get the friendly roll, but Johnson with the rebound, and he is fouled. Not a shooting foul. It'll just be Michigan ball. Seem to learn the names. Appreciate you. Yeah, no, well, Michigan, I've already covered them twice, so it won't take too long. But St. Louis, yeah, no, I have not covered them. I have just heard of the great St. Louis team that many people in the chat have just been complimenting, like, hey, watch out, Michigan. I do have Michigan winning the entire thing, so my bracket could potentially be busted today if Michigan were to fall. All right, floating here to Mara. Pardon my voice. Here is Cadeau on the near side. Bounce pass to Mara. Mara with it. In the lane. Working on Avia. Spinning. Turning. Shooting. And he is fouled and go to the line for 2. Look for a very high-scoring game. Yeah, I think so. I think you are correct. Avia again with the foul. That's his first. So Mara will go to the line again. Should be shooting too. He's going to be, he's 54% free throw shooter. So not the best. Could be a really good foul here by Avia. But for some reason, we're just taking our time. We got a lot of points at the football score, 10-7. But only 3 minutes have gone by as there's the first. That one is good. They play basketball in other countries? I'm sure they do. I mean, I know in Europe they do. Mara looking to make the second. That one doesn't get the friendly roll. Rebounded by the Billikens. Here's Jones. Jones on the near side going right to left. Jones at the point. Driving inside the lane. Kicks it out to Avia. Avia for 3. That's in and out. Rebounded by Mara. Mara now to Cadeau. As Cadeau racing down going left to right. Heavy pressure from the Billikens. Kicks it to the corner. Burnett for 3. That's good. Michigan taking the lead. 10-11, your score. All right, here the Billikens. Billikens just racing down, puts it off the glass. Oh, but it's blocked. Blocked by Michigan. Lendenberg now to Cadeau. Cadeau on the far side. Pump fakes it, floats it over to Burnett. Now to Lendenberg. Lendenberg in the lane. Floater's good. 13-11. So, yeah, that looks pretty centered here. Is St. Louis with it on the near side. Green over to Avia. Avia now over to McCautry. McCautry beyond the arc, looking around. Oh, bad pass, and that's going to be a backcourt violation. Actually, just goes out of bounds. And I believe that's going to be the first TV timeout. A lot of points through the first 4 minutes. 13-10. Michigan leading St. Louis. We might have a shootout. May have a shootout here in Buffalo. It's in Buffalo. Again, no one else is playing right now, unfortunately. So can't really go over other scores. Again, just let me know how your brackets are doing. That's really going to be the topic of conversation. Right now, of course, I'm still good. 15 of my 16 teams in the Sweet 16 are still in play. So, I can at least be happy with that. But yeah, I'm at the 87%, almost 88 percentile. That's pretty good, I would say. But as you can see, a lot of people are kind of with me. So maybe not as cool as I thought. In the women's, though, I'm perfect. So there's that. I am perfect in the women's bracket. How many games? Just doing 3. Yesterday I did 4. I don't know. Again, we'll see how the Sweet 16 schedule and Elite 8. I don't really know how that's all going to work. Per day anyway. I think the Sweet 16 might be doing 4 and 4, but again, there's going to be baseball happening. I'll do 1 baseball game for sure, and then probably do 2 basketball games if I had to guess. That is my guess. I just don't know yet. But we'll find out. But yeah, for today, it's going to be 3. Tomorrow, also going to be doing 3. And again, I will be taking a little break again after this one. Going to be about an hour or 2 break, and then I'll come back for Texas A&M Houston, and then right after that it'll be Vanderbilt and Nebraska, and then tomorrow we'll be doing Miami and Purdue, St. John's and Kansas, and then Utah State and Arizona. I really wanted to get Iowa back in there, but I just couldn't do it. And the same thing with Texas Tech, but unfortunately, that's just not what is in the cards. Well, Purdue and Utah State Final Four. That would be an interesting Final Four there, Matthew. Very much so. Utah State, very much a passionate fan base. So that may have swayed my decision-making. Again, it was either pretty much that combination that I just revealed, St. John's, Kansas, Utah State, Arizona, or Iowa and Florida, and Texas Tech and Alabama. That was going to be the combo, but I ended up changing it actually this morning. I made all the thumbnails last night, woke up, I'm like, nope, I'm going to go with these games. We'll see how it goes. All right, we are back. 13-10 Michigan leading St. Louis already. Again, a lot of fireworks. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar already has hit a 3. He's got 3 points. He's already been fouled once, or fouled. He has one foul. He hasn't fouled, but he has been, well, I guess he has fouled. But anyway, he's got one foul. Yeah, shut up. I'll just shut up. All right, 13-10 Michigan leading. Again, still plenty of time here in the first half. So just in general, plenty of time. All right, should be Michigan ball as it is. Johnson inbounding here to Cadeau. Cadeau here to Mara. Mara floats it over to Johnson. Johnson puts it up easy, too, as Michigan leading 15-10. And here comes McCautry. McCautry with it at the logo. Bounce pass over here to Jones. Jones bounce pass to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as he's just going to chill. Bounce pass inside. Nice pass. Oh, and he couldn't quite finish at the rim. McCautry couldn't clutch it up. Here is Lendenberg at the far side. Floats it into Mara. Mara looking for a teammate. Mara working his way in closer. Hook shot. That's going to be a brick. But rebounded by Cadeau, who puts it up and gets fouled. And will go to the line for a couple. Cadeau, a 71% free throw shooter, averaging 10 points a game. Already at 3 points in this one. Again, a pretty high-scoring game. Looks like St. Louis player took a hit to the head there, to the face. That is not ideal. Again, 15-10. Cadeau trying to extend the lead. Cadeau, a guy that takes his time. I remember this. He takes his time at the line. Does make the first, as it's 16-10. Matchups where teams scored 100 points in previous tournament game. Well, this one right here. St. Louis and Michigan can line up again, both putting up 100 points in their previous game. Missing the second, 15-10, or pardon me, 16-10 is your score. Don't know why they haven't updated the score here, but I guess we'll find out in a sec. As here's St. Louis. Now Kareem Abdul-Jabbar looking around, trying to find a teammate. Kicks it out here to Jones. Jones in the lane, looking around. Bounce pass here to McCautry, who puts it in, no problem. All right, 16. It's all. They just updated it on the score bug there. That is good. Gale now to Burnett. Burnett driving in, and he has fouled another foul. And St. Louis, I think that's their 4th. So they better watch it, as Burnett will go to the line, and he is an 81% free throw shooter. Pretty good at the line. Again, already 4 fouls for St. Louis. Nothing, pardon me, for Michigan. As Michigan taking advantage and going to the line. Again, Burnett really solid at the line. Burnett taking his time. As he releases the first, that one doesn't roll in. Again, a pretty good matchup so far. And again, nothing really in it for me. I'm just a neutral party calling the game. But Michigan is my national champion. So if they lose, my bracket is over. As that one doesn't roll in. Can't buy a buckets. All right, this is St. Louis. St. Louis with his Jones. Jones on the far side going right to left. As Jones trying to find a teammate. Finds one in McCautry. McCautry to Avia. As Avia's pass is going to be off the legs of a Michigan player. He's on the ground. Michigan trying to rip it out, and it looks like it's going to be a jump ball. Will remain with St. Louis. Avia just scrambling for it. And again, good effort there to dive for it on the ground. But Michigan, the Wolverines, just all over him trying to rip it out. So just a little bit of delay here. St. Louis will have it again. 10 seconds left to shoot. 14:23 left to go in the first. A lot of points so far. As here is Thames. Thames driving inside, kicks it out to Avia. Avia for three. That's short and rebounded by St. Louis, keeping it alive. Thames to Avia. That's off of Michigan. No, it's off of Avia. As it goes out of bounds, going to be Michigan ball. 14:10 left to go. Michigan up by 4, and with the ball as Lettenberg slowly making his way up, calling a play. Here's Dunlap. No, pardon me. This is Gale. Gale over here to Cadeau. Cadeau back to Lettenberg. Lettenberg to Mara. Mara, hook shot is good. Mara, just a tall, lanky center. That's just the typical college center right there. Here is Avia. Avia at the top of the arc. Looking around, hands it off here to Thames as Thames kicks it back to Avia. Avia for three. That's going to be short. Rebounded by Lenberg. He's missed a few now. Playing it fast. Up to Mara. Mara with the layup. Unbelievable. On the move. What a pass. What a shot by Mara. Great pass by Lenberg. Even a better play by Mara as St. Louis down by 8 with the ball. Thames with it on the far side. Finding Avia. Avia looking around to the near side, hands it off to McCautry. McCautry with it beyond the arc. Hands it off to Avia. Thought about the three, does not. Avia, pump fakes, kicks it out here to Dunlap for three. That's good, and it's a 5-point game. 20-15, 55 and counting. As Cadeau with it on the far side. Again, a lot of points already as McKinney floats it to Mara. Mara covered by Avia. Mara inching his way in. Hook shot is going to be too strong. Rebounded by the Billikens. Here comes Thames. Thames in the lane. Puts it up. Can't get the bucket, but gets the foul. Thames, a 65% free throw shooter, will attempt to make this a one-bucket game. I mean, that was just a really amazing pass and shot by Lenberg tomorrow. That was really good. A cross-court pass. All in one motion. Just really cool. Anyway, yeah, Thames again averaging about 10 points a game. 65% are at the line as he makes the first. Thames just chilling as some players will check out and check in for each team. As Thames with the second one. That one is no good. Rebounded by Mara. Mara now with it on the far side. As he's going to hand it off to Cadeau. Cadeau with it on the far side. Going left to right. Cadeau looking around for her teammates. Trying to find one. Finds one in Mara. Mara with it at the point. As he finds Lettenberg. Lettenberg looking, floating. It's going to be in and out. Berger rebounded there by St. Louis. As here's Thames on the near side. Going right to left. Thames spinning, turning, shooting for three. That's going to be short. Rebounded there by Gale. Gale racing down, racing in the lane. Loses the ball. It's taken away by St. Louis. A turnover. Here is Sharma. Sharma with it on the far side. Going to slow it down as he finds... This is McCautry. McCautry back over to Dunlap. Dunlap for three. That's good, and it's a 9-point game. Or, pardon me, 1-point game. 19, 20-19. I don't know what the heck that's just happened there. Regardless, a 7-0 run for St. Louis in the last minute and a half. Really close. Cadeau with it on the near side. Floats it to Mara. Mara to Lenberg. Can't finish at the rim. St. Louis with it. With a chance to take the lead. Thames in the lane. Blocked. Recovered by St. Louis. Puts it in. St. Louis is up by 1. Unbelievable. What a run by St. Louis. As there is a foul on the other end. Lenberg fouled on the far corner. And that's going to take us to commercial break. St. Louis 21, Michigan 20. Can you show us the game? Obviously, I cannot. I obviously cannot do that. There's a thing called copyrights. But I'm assuming, I guess the streams are being taken down if you're asking. So actually, let me look at that. Let me see what's happening in the YouTube world. Man, that's crazy. A crazy run by St. Louis to... Man, that was wild. That was wild. A 9-0 run to take us to commercial break. We are here. Appreciate you, FK, for tuning back in. Yeah, no, that is wild. What a run. 9-0 run for St. Louis last minute 40. That just kind of came out of nowhere. Again, both teams are going back and forth. Then Michigan kind of pulled away a little bit. St. Louis saying, not yet. We're not done yet. Both teams shooting well. St. Louis 53%. Michigan 62%. Let's see here. Again, both of them not doing well at the line, believe it or not. St. Louis 50% from the line. Michigan 33%. Again, still early in the game. But yeah, what a sequence of events. What a turn of events for this one. Take the points on this one. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to take the points, and that's a good idea. Right now, already both teams have combined 40 points. We're not even halfway through the first half yet. I think the over-under was 161. So, yeah, I would say right now it's on pace to pass it, but we'll see, though. Appreciate you again for tuning in, D. Hickey. Appreciate you, man. UCLA crushed your soul. Just giving up the ball. What happened there? I didn't even know what happened. Are you talking about like where you took UCLA plus something or like minus something? Because, yeah, I know UCLA was up by a little bit there, and I guess they only won by 4. They got a tough one tomorrow against UConn. That's gonna be brutal. Yeah, that I think is where it ends for them. But we'll see. Again, let me know how your brackets are doing, folks. I went 26-6 on the first day. We'll see. Again, 15 of my 16 teams in the Sweet 16 are still alive, but of course, I'm sure some more will fall today and tomorrow. And again, this one pretty good so far, 21-20. St. Louis leading. Again, a 9-0 run by St. Louis is the reason why they are in the lead. As Michigan, again, was up by, they were up by 8. But not anymore. And I do apologize if it sounds like I'm just woken up. I haven't really. I've been up for a little bit, but I haven't spoken to anybody. So voice is going to sound like this for a little bit. Anyway, this is Johnson. Johnson on the far side. Hands it off to Cadeau for 3. That's good. And Michigan reclaiming the lead, 23-21. Here's St. Louis. This is Sharma. Sharma to Jones. Jones floats it inside, and he is bumped, but then another bucket here for St. Louis. That is Okieno. Okieno checking in the game for the first time. Did not recognize that number. But Okieno will go to the line for the chance for the three-point play. Getting bumped there by Johnson. Burnett couldn't believe it. Michigan has the hype of St. Louis game play. Yeah. Blew a -6. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it is tough. Michigan now trailing as he does hit the free throw. Now it's Cadeau with it. Cadeau driving inside, going left to right. Cadeau on the far side. Kicks it out here to Burnett. Burnett pump fakes the 3. Driving in the lane. Puts it off the glass. Can't get the friendly roll. Rebounded by St. Louis. St. Louis now on the near side. This is Brown. Brown in the lane. Looking. Kicking it out. Floats it to Okieno, who finds Sharma. Sharma at the logo. 17 left to shoot. Still plenty of time. This is Jones. Jones finding Sharma in the lane. Floater fouled and buckets. 26-23, folks. And with a chance for the three-point play. LaMarcus going with St. Louis. Appreciate you, LaMarcus, for tuning in. They're looking pretty good. Morning, Doc. How's it going, Arizona? Good to see you. You will be hopefully happy to know that I'll be covering my first Arizona game tomorrow. Arizona, Utah State, as he does complete the three-point play. 27-23, St. Louis with a 15-3 run in the last 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Cadeau with it at the logo. Double teamed, finding McKinney. McKinney in the lane, looking around. Kicks it out to Cadeau. Pump fakes the three. Jab step. Driving inside, spinning it around, looking, puts it off the glass, gets the basket, and it's a 2-point game. 27-25. Jones with it on the far side here for St. Louis. Pardon me. As Jones just jacks up a three. That's going to be off the mark. And rebounded by Cadeau on the far side, going left to right. Cadeau just chilling, floating it over to the near side. McKinney for three. That's good. And Michigan, just like that, reclaiming the lead. 28-27, 9:30 to play in the first. As Jones with it on the far side, again going right to left. Jones on the near side. Looking around, driving the lane, looking, floaters. Going to be an air ball, rebounded there by McKinney. McKinney with it, crossing half court, driving the lane, loses the ball. It's on the ground, picks up though by Burnett. He can't get it. It's out of bounds off of Michigan. Michigan players saying to challenge, unsure if they will. But as of now, it's going to be St. Louis ball. Arizona, Utah State is quite literally your legacy game. Grew up a Wildcat, might go up to be an Aggie. Nice. Yeah, no, I was torn because whenever they released the times last night, going to bed, I was not going to do Arizona, Utah State. But I woke up and I'm like, no, I got to get it in there. So we flipped 2 of the games for tomorrow. But yeah, that is the main reason why. All right, McCautry with it for St. Louis. Bounce pass over here to Okieno. He was just trying to find a teammate. Finds one in Sharma. Sharma checks. Oh, it's blocked. No three. That is blocked. Here is McKinney with it on the near side. McKinney back to Mara. Mara hands it off to Cadeau. Cadeau with it at the logo as he's making his way inside. Kicks it to Mara. Mara inside. Pump fakes. Puts it up. Hook shot. Too short. Rebounded by McCautry. McCautry here for St. Louis. 8:30 left to go as he's making his way inside. They're going to call a double dribble. That is one of the more rare calls nowadays. As looks like a Via, a.k.a. a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, going to check in. Bro, you're actually good at live stream. Appreciate you, man. Usually these kind of streams are unwatchable. I try. I really do. You're catching me, I guess, on a good day. Usually my first game of the day, I'm still exhausted from the day prior. But I appreciate you, man. All right, here we go. This is McKinney with it for Michigan. McKinney looking around at the logo, floats it to Cadeau. Cadeau, deep three. That's going to be too strong and poked away by Michigan as they still have it. This is Shetter. Shetter in the lane, puts it off the glass, gets the basket. It's a 3-point game, 30-27. 8 minutes and counting here for St. Louis. This is Green here for St. Louis. Green now to McCautry. McCautry to Avia. Avia beyond the arc. Bounce pass inside to McCautry. Puts it up. And easy bucket for McCautry as it's back to a 1-point game. Michigan just slowing it down. McKinney with it for now as he's at the logo. Going inside now. Going to fade back beyond the arc. Finding Mara. Finding Cadeau. Cadeau driving the lane. Puts it up. Can't get it. Rebounded though by Johnson. And he is fouled. Put up the shot. They're going to say the foul was before the shot. It's a little bit of jawing back and forth between Cadeau and St. Louis. As I think it's just going to be Michigan ball. Yeah, they're just going to go to commercial break. Michigan leading by 1 and with the ball. Yesterday's kind of boring. Yeah, no, yesterday's games were not that great. But the game last night with Missouri-Miami, that was a great game. That was a great game. Till it was not. It ended up being like a 12-point game, but yeah, no, that was a good game. But everything else, yeah, as far as upsets, there wasn't much. Yeah, I picked Akron, and I know Akron didn't win. Again, while we're at commercial break, appreciate you guys again. Table tennis, going with, I didn't mean to keep that up. That needs to hide. Not going to push that yet. Not today. But again, appreciate you guys. We're in commercial break. Again, Michigan with the lead. And again, for now, only one Sweet 16 team was eliminated, but hopefully it's not too much damage today. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, let me know how your brackets are doing. I'm doing okay. I went 26-6 to open it up. So I don't know, hoping to keep it going. But yeah, again, I have Michigan all the way. Again, I'm not a Michigan fan by any means. I'm just broadcaster. I'm just a sports fan, just calling March Madness. Again, more of a football guy. If you guys are into football, make sure to sub to the channel. It is free to do so. Again, that is where the channel's at its best. That's where I'm the most knowledgeable. And yeah, the chat room is rocking with football. It is a big football. Again, I'm entering my second year here on YouTube, so just pretty much a newbie. And hopefully we can make it. But so far, looking pretty good. Yeah, David had 27. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, no, got me by 1. But, yeah, hopefully we have a good set of games. Hopefully I picked some good games here. Thinking, again, I mean, I know it was a 1-9, but I really was thinking St. Louis could do some damage. And, again, right now, so far, so good. It's a close game, high scoring. Both teams are lighting up right now. They are really rocking for sure. So, yeah, no, it could be an interesting game. Very much so. Let's see. Is there a college team you're a fan of? I mean, again, I'm a Pitt guy, but, I mean, there's really not much to brag about when it comes to Pitt. So, yeah, you won't hear me talk about Pitt much. Let's just say that. But, again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. So, we are back. Again, a 1-point game. 7:28 left to go in the first. As a Michigan... Apparently, Michigan's going to be at the line. Johnson is a 79% free throw shooter, so usually pretty good at making his free throws. Very easy. Listen, man, appreciate it. Stunning. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Spaceman. I don't know about all that. And I guess this is the peak. It's all downhill from here. Yeah, I'm not used to all this, so I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the compliments. As again, Johnson going to be at the line. 79% free throw shooter, looking to extend the lead. Johnson taking a deep breath. Again, Michigan players, I've covered them twice before in the regular season. They take their time at the free throw line, just trying to focus on the rim. He does get the first. Michigan is very good. They are very much. Need Michigan to win. St. Louis would bust your bracket. Oh, yeah. No, same here. Same here. But if St. Louis wins, I mean, that's good for them. I'm not going to really be too upset. It's just a bracket for me, as he does make the second, makes them both 32-29. 7:28 left to go in the first half. Kind of some subs here for both teams. How's Robbie Avila playing under 17.5? Right now he's at 3. He made his first shot, has missed his last 3 shots. All right, here we go. This is Green. Green now to Sharma here for St. Louis on the near side, going right to left. Avila with it as he floats it over to Brown. Brown driving inside, looking around, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Cadeau. Cadeau not liking the call. Not a shooting foul, so again, St. Louis will just keep it. This guy, he has back. Appreciate you, man. All right. McCautry going to be inbounding here as he's looking for a teammate. Floats it to Avila. Nice catch. Beyond the arc. Avila looking around, trying to find a teammate. Finds one in Sharma. Sharma beyond the arc, finding McCautry. McCautry at the logo, driving inside. Hop step, looking, pump fakes, puts it up, blocked by Mara. Man, again, Mara, just a tall, lanky guy. I mean, he just, again, your typical college center that is just so dominant. Mara really excited about that, too. 6 left to shoot here as they're going to inbound it. McCautry, bounce pass inside. Brown heads it off to McCautry, blocked again by Mara. They're going to call it goaltending. Mara's saying no. They're going to give him the points. So they will count it. Let's see the replay. And, well, he did bump it. It was close. I think he just bumped it. I don't know. They might challenge it. They might. I don't think they are. So anyway, Michigan ball here again. They are up by 1. 6:55 left to go in the first. Whistle happy refs. Let's play, yeah. All right. Cadeau with it again, going left to right for Michigan. Cadeau just pulls up a 3. That's good. Cadeau, so lethal. He can be... He can just go. He can just light it up. He really can. Already at 12 points for Cadeau. This is Brown. Brown to Avia. Avia looking around, trying to find a teammate. Avia jacks up a 3. That's going to be off and rebounded by Ledenberg. Ledenberg hands it off to Gale, who's just going to slow it down. Finding Cadeau. Cadeau now to Mara. Mara inside. Finding Ledenberg. Ledenberg for 3. That's good again. 38-31, a football score. As Michigan has a touchdown lead over St. Louis. Green with it. Green to Avia. Avia now to McCautry. McCautry back to Green. Green for 3. That is red. Rebounded by Ledenberg. Ledenberg now racing down the near side. Again going left to right. Floats it to Mara. Mara looking around. Mara trying to find a teammate. Spinning around. Puts it up. Hook shot's good. Avia just can't handle Mara. 40-31, just like that. A 9-point lead. McCautry to Avia. Pump fakes the 3. Driving inside. Looking. Hands it out to McCautry. And there's going to be a foul on Michigan. Not a shooting foul. So just, again, going to be St. Louis ball. Checking for work. Appreciate you, Orville, for tuning in. Go Billikens. They're hanging in there. But right now, Michigan on an 8-0 scoring run in the last minute. Just over a minute. How's it going, Harley? How's it going, H? Appreciate you. What's up? Like button smash. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Helps out the small channel, but growing channel. All right, St. Louis going to be inbounding here on the underneath their own baskets. Jones trying to find a teammate, and there's going to be a foul on McCautry. McCautry, I guess. I don't know if he pushed a guy down. Michigan player was on the ground. Let's see if there was any acting here. Little bit. I don't know. He kind of did extend. So Michigan will have it again, up by 9. 5:35 to go in the first. As McCautry will check out. Bad call on the block. Yeah, I don't know. It was a tough one. Cadeau with it now at the logo again, going left to right. Cadeau driving inside in the lane, puts it up. Going to be too strong and poked away by St. Louis. St. Louis on the near side. Dunlap going to slow it down to Avia. Avia at the points. Looking around and trying to find a teammate. Finds one in Dunlap, who jacks up a 3. That's good. It's back to a 6-point game, 40-34. 5:03 and counting here for Michigan. Again up by 6 with the ball. As Cadeau going to see what his coach wants. Looks like going to slow it down now. Floats it over to Mara. Mara still beyond the arc as he finds McKinney. McKinney for 3. That is way off, but it's still going to go with Michigan. Mara with it. Hands it off to Cadeau. Cadeau on the far side going left to right. As Cadeau finding McKinney. McKinney in the lane. Spinning around off the glass. Gets the friendly roll. 42-34. 8-point game. 4:30. And counting here in the first. Here's St. Louis driving inside, looking, and they're going to call a double dribble again. Jones can't believe it. Another turnover for St. Louis. He gathered, I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 steps. That's just the way it is. Cadeau with it here on the far side. Again, going left to right. Cadeau finding Shetter. Shetter for 3. That's going to be short. Rebounded there by Jones, who's taking it down the far side. Again, going right to left. They're down by 8. They need a basket. They need a bucket. Finding Dunlap. Dunlap. Pump fakes. Looking around. Finding Thames. Thames with it in the lane. Poked away, but it finds a Billiken. Jones beyond the arc. 12 left to shoot. As he's working his way inside. Loses the ball, gets it right back somehow, kicks it out, floats it away. Avia now still with it. 3 seconds left. Avia's got to get it up. Fade away, it's blocked. Blocked by Michigan. Michigan ball with 3:41 official TV timeouts. As Michigan looking like they are slowly pulling away. But again, still plenty of time. As we still got a whole half to go. Plus, of course, the remainder of this one. 3:41, Michigan 42, St. Louis 34. Restocking your Pop-Tarts. There we go. That could cost them the game. I don't know about all that. It's still too early, but yeah, it's not looking good for St. Louis. What do you think about Mar? Mar's pretty good. Tall, lanky center, pretty solid. Pretty solid player, I think. I think so. I don't know. I don't really have much else to really add. I mean, I won't like pretend I'm some college basketball know-it-all. I'm not. I am as casual as it gets as far as all that. I really have always enjoyed March Madness. I love it, but as far as watching a lot of regular season games, I don't really do that. I have watched Michigan again before, and he is pretty good. Again, the whole Michigan team is pretty good, so much to where I picked them to win the entire thing. But, you know, I've been wrong before. Last year, though, I did pick Florida. I was correct. So that they have that going for them, but hopefully I didn't jinx them. But again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, just kind of waiting here until we get back into action. Pretty solid game. Michigan, though, pulling away as of late. But again, still plenty of time, as it is indeed just an 8-point game. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, I know there's a lot of different options. A lot of people calling the game right now. So I'm just trying to hang in there as the small channel. But again, feel free to chat down below. Again, I try to get to the comment section as often as I can. I really do. Obviously, again, basketball, hockey, those sports, really hard to get to the chat during the gameplay because it's so fast. I mean, it's just constant action. But football, baseball, I can definitely get to the chat. So again, if you are a sports fan, consider subscribing. Again, it is free. It says so on the top, and I promise that's not clickbait. You won't be paying me anything. Think of it more as a follow, like on Instagram or, you know, on Twitter or whatever, wherever you social media. Think of it more as that. So we are working our way back, though. Again, an 8-point game. Michigan with the ball. Appreciate you, Eric, for tuning in. I know you definitely don't like Ryan Day. He needs to work on his shooting, but he's a good set. Yeah, I mean, he is just a big guy. He just gets his hands up, and it's like it's almost unstoppable. Unstoppable defensively. He's already had a few blocks today. Still UCLA. I didn't even know that. That's pretty neat. All right, again, Cadeau leading the way there with Michigan, 12 points. Dunlap with 9. Dunlap 3 for 3, all 3-pointers. But he hasn't really shot much. That's the thing. And again, he's just making his looks count. You a big Steeler fan? Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, I mean, come on, lifelong Steeler fan. We can talk more about that though at half. Here is Cadeau. Cadeau with it again, going left to right. He's at the logo, just chilling. Now driving inside. Cadeau puts it up. Can't get the friendly roll. Tipped away by Michigan, but it finds a Billiken. Here is Brown. Brown over here to Thames. Thames on the beyond the arc. It's just looking around again, going right to left. Thames trying to find a teammate. Finds one, Okieno, who gives it back to Thames. Thames to Jones. Jones for 3. Too strong. Rebounded by Gale. Hands it off to Cadeau. 3 minutes and counting here in this one. Cadeau finding Lettenberg for 3. Going to be too strong. Rebounded by Thames. Thames taking it down the court, going right to left. Looking for a teammate. Finds one at Dunlap. Jacks up a 3. That's going to be too short. And there's going to be a foul on Michigan on the rebound. So it'll stay with St. Louis. It's all good, man. It's all good. Appreciate you for watching. Appreciate you, man. Wait till the middle of the second half. St. Louis gets exhausted from playing the last game. Okay, well, again, we'll see what happens. How do you feel about the Rodgers-Steelers situation as their season unfolding? I mean, again, I think Rodgers is the best option we have going to next year. Am I saying that's the best thing long-term? No, but, I mean, if you're saying that Will Howard's going to do better than Rodgers next year, you're kidding. And drafting anybody wouldn't do better. I don't really like the quarterbacks this year. I'm not really, again, Mendoza could be good. I don't even know if he's going to be. I don't know. We'll see. All right, inbounding here for St. Louis, finding Okeano somehow as it was tipped, and now they're going to call it travel. Okeano couldn't believe it. He just got the ball. He's like, hey, I just got it. We didn't even have it yet. I would like to see what happened there. Oh, they called an elbow to the face. Okay, so I don't know what that really, the call would be. The referee's going to talk it over. No, it was not. I thought it was a travel. I thought I saw this motion, the travel motion, but no, that was not the case. They're going to review this potentially for a flagrant. Oh, wow. So, again, Okeano. Oh, it's Otieno. Oh, my handwriting's terrible. I'll try to remember that. That's my bad. Otieno. All right, what do we got here while we look at the official review? Doc calls games, yes. Our Seal, okay, I'm not following there. No idea. Satil Super Sci, I have no idea what that is. Carly, yeah, I mean, don't worry. But again, if you sub, great. I'm very thankful for it. If you don't, it is what it is, I guess. Coker from Seattle, this guy. That was not in the face. Let him play. Yeah, I mean, the referee's kind of whistling a lot, a heavy whistle so far. Politics, I agree, just not a fan, but I've watched a decent amount of their games, and the stats show he's really good. Hope they can build around whoever. Yeah, they just need receivers. I mean, again, he was thrown to, DK, obviously, when he's not punching fans, he's on the field. But other than that, he had Adam Thielen, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, you had Jonnu Smith, who they used as a running. It was honestly horrible. Like, the personnel with the Steelers last year, his skill position weapons were horrible. So they, again, made a play for Michael Pittman. He should be an upgrade. I don't know if he's the greatest thing in the world, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes next year. But they just need to add in the draft. All right, so looks like it's going to still be, again, Michigan has, I'm not sure if it was. Wait, what? So they're going to give Otieno some free throws? The commentators are confused too. They don't really know what's happening. Well, regardless, after all this, it looked like it was going to be a flagrant for Otieno, but no, he's shooting free throws. Everyone's kind of confused right now as he misses. Doesn't really matter. Michigan with it. Cadeau going left to right, 2:37 and counting. Cadeau looking around, trying to find someone, finds one in Gale. Floats up to Lindbergh, slamming it inside alley-oop. 44-34, 10-point game. 2:25 and counting. The Billikens need something desperately as McCottry with it on the far side. Now he's at the logo, finding Otieno. Otieno beyond the arc, hands it off to Dunlap. Dunlap for three. It's going to be short. Rebound. Oh, Cadeau almost loses the ball out of bounds, but does recover. As here he comes again, 2:03 and counting, finding Lendenberg. Time closing down here again in the first half. Mara with it underneath. Mara inching his way closer. Pivoting, hook shot, going to be fouled. Couldn't get the bucket, but he will go to the line for a couple. Because St. Louis ain't winning. Yeah, I saw it. Again, I try to be as neutral here and just, don't want to give off the impression that if I read something, people are like, oh, this guy is pulling for Michigan or this guy's pulling for St. Louis. Like, just a neutral party here. As Mara does make the first, making it an 11-point game. Again, Mara not the best at the line, but can't really tell as he's done very well at the line. Mara with the second. And that one is short. Rebounded there by St. Louis. Oh, it's taken away by Michigan, and he's fouled. Oh, my goodness. Somehow, some way, Michigan ends up with it, and they go back to the line. Gale's going to go to the line. He's a 78% free throw shooter. You had Pickens. Yeah, but he was a head case. And he wanted out. It just wasn't going to work. So Gale again going for the line for Michigan. Michigan getting all the free throws here. As he releases on the 1-and-1. That one is good. 12-point game. Michigan pulling away. Again, it was a close game for a good bit. Again, still not over. Still obviously have a whole half. We've seen crazy comebacks before. As Gale, that one's going to be too strong. Poked up in the air and rebounded by St. Louis. Securing it, making sure. This is McCottry. McCottry at the logo is going to the far side. Going right to left. Spinning around. Floats it back out to Avila. Avila at the point. Coming to the near side. Avila trying to get some room. Spinning. Looking. Bounce pass inside of McCottry. Floater's good. Making it a 10-point game. They hadn't put a bucket up in the last 4 minutes. It had been a while. 10-point game. McCottry with 10 points. As Cadeau with it beyond the arc. Again, just kicking it. Oh, bad pass by Cadeau. Cadeau fighting Sharma here for St. Louis. He's driving to the basket. Kicking it out here. Floats it up. And he is fouled. As Thames will go to the line for a couple. Thames is a 65% free throw shooter. Just a bad pass from Cadeau. Usually playing so well, but that was just an interesting decision. Made up for the free throw, yeah. St. Louis needs halftime. They do. They need to get to halftime. Down, single digits would be good there, as he does make it single digits with that one. 46-37 is your score. Avila going to check out. As he has had a rough time. I think he only has 3 points still. I think he's stuck on that. But again, we'll go over stats at the half. Again, Thames now with the with his second free throw. Again, only a 65%er. And it showed it right there. That one's too strong. Rebounded there by Michigan. And they will have it with 1:02 and counting here in the first half. Cadeau with it on the far side. Again, going left to right. Coming down to the near side. As he's trying to just find Lendenberg. He does. Lendenberg back over to Cadeau. Cadeau with it at the logo. 10 left to shoot. Bounce pass to Mara. Mara inside. Intercepted. Intercepted by St. Louis. This is Brown down the far side. And he kicks it out. So saving it. Dunlap now with it. Back to Sharma. Sharma back over to Brown. Jab step. Driving inside. Kicks it out to Sharma. Sharma's driving inside. Kicks it at Otieno. Otieno driving inside. Kicks it in here to Dunlap. Dunlap to Brown. Brown for 2. Gets it. Oh my goodness. All the passing in the world finding the basket after all. 7-point game. Looks like St. Louis calls a timeout. 46-39 is your score. Again, 24 seconds left to go. After all the passing, looking like the Harlem Globetrotters. Pretty cool stuff. Commercial break coming your way. Appreciate you, Huffman. I don't know, sometimes I can be pretty cocky on here. Again, when it comes to the NFL, I will be very, very much a little bit different. But again, I really try to be the neutral party. And again, I know I'm a small channel, so I totally am appreciative of any view I get. Again, entering year 2 here, pretty excited for the potential growth and of the channel, and just trying to do the best I can. That's really all it is. Have to won't save unless they get this guy. Again, you never know. You never know. I mean, come on. You gotta like. I mean, that upsets can happen. It can always be a tale of two halves. I mean, that's happened plenty of times. Again, folks, let me know how your brackets are doing. Again, I'd go over other scores, but nothing else is really happening. Louisville, Michigan State is the next game. That tips off after this one, so we're not going to see this one at all, or that one at all. And again, if you're looking for more basketball coverage, obviously, again, there'll be, probably streams up. They usually take them down, I guess, around halftime or something like that. Sometimes earlier, sometimes later. I don't know. But anyway, again, I could be a good backup option for the college games. I'll be back tonight for Texas A&M in Houston. And then right after that, not much time to breathe, we'll be doing Vanderbilt and Nebraska. So 3 games on the docket today. Did 4 yesterday, but I was exhausted at the end of yesterday. Tomorrow, We'll be doing Miami and Purdue, the early game. Then we'll be doing St. John's and Kansas, and then Utah State and Arizona. Hopefully I see you guys again in a stream soon. As just kind of looking here. Again, appreciate you guys again for hanging out. And again, as far as my bracket, again, I have 15 of the 16 teams still alive for the Sweet 16. So still looking good. But, you know, I feel like a few of them are definitely going to fall today and tomorrow. St. Louis doesn't have the depth to stick around. Michigan will pull away in the second. Could probably happen, but I don't know. Again, we'll see. Maybe these guys get hot. Again, obviously, you know, a lot of focus on Avila. Avila is not playing well. He could just you're going to flip a switch there in the second half, and I don't know, just will St. Louis back into it. And again, they're not going away. They were down by, I think, 11 or 12 at one point. They're only down by 7. They're cutting into it. Yeah, it was a 12-point lead for Michigan. All right, we're back. 24 seconds and counting. Cadeau slowly making his way up the court as he's at the logo, just going to chill with it. Going to the near side, looking. Now Mara with it, and Mara hands it off to Lenberg. Heavy defense by St. Louis. 6 left to shoot. Lenberg draws the foul. and Michigan will go to the line as Lenberg, again, is a 82% free throw. his reaction with the foul. It's pretty good. But anyway, yeah, he's an 82% free throw shooter. Lenberg chilling. Again, Michigan taking their time at the line as always, as there is the first. Making it a 8-point game. Or an 8-point game. Michigan scores. Yep. All 4 teams I have in the Final Four still. Yeah, same here. Same with the Elite 8 as well. But yeah, Sweet 16, that is... If you have all your Sweet 16 teams still alive after round 1, you're looking pretty good. There's the second one. That one is good. 48-39. So a 9-point game now. 5 seconds left. We'll see what St. Louis can do here. As looking like, I don't know what's going on here now. They're just going to hesitate. All right, St. Louis going to be inbounding. Finding Dunlap. Dunlap now here to Green. Green with the 3. It's blocked. And that is how your first half will end. 48-39 is your score. Michigan looking pretty good. St. Louis, again, they've been able to put up points. But unfortunately, it's been in spurts. That has been the reality of the situation. All right, again, we'll go over the scores. Pardon me, not the scores, but the box score. Michigan pulls away and clamps down defensive pressure. Yep, probably. We'll see, though. All right, St. Louis. This is the St. Louis stats again. They have 39 points, 3 of it by Avila. 4 assists. Again, not doing well. He made his first shot of the day, but is 0 for 5 since. McCautry with 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Jones with 2 rebounds and an assist. Brown with 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Sharma, 3 points and a rebound. Otieno. Apparently, I thought it was Okieno earlier. But Otieno, 5 points, 2 rebounds. Dunlap with 9 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. And Thames with 2 points, 4 rebounds for him. Again, they're shooting 29% from beyond the arc. Only 57% at the line. That is just not good. 45% from the field. And again, 18 rebounds. Michigan, of course, leading at the half. Lenberg with 11 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Pardon me, I cannot speak. I got to get this water in here. Okay. Johnson, 4 points, 3. I can't speak regardless. 3. I can speak. 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Mara with 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He also has 4 blocks. That has been huge. Cadeau with 12 points. Falling apart here in day 1. 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Game 1, I should say. Burnett, 3 points, 1 assist. Shatter, 2 points for him. Gale, 1.5 rebounds, 1 assist. McKinney, 5 points, 2 rebounds for him. Michigan shooting 53% from the field, 21 rebounds. And again, They have 6 blocks. I mean, St. Louis with 0. Mara is just, again, so tall and lanky. That is just, that is a weapon. That is a weapon for sure. Yeah, like I said, Michigan with 6 blocks. What conference are the refs from? That's a good question. I actually don't know. No idea. But as soon as I find out, I'll be sure to let you know. Again, we got a slate of 8 games today. I'll be covering 3. After this, I'll be taking a little bit of a break. You can probably tell that I still haven't recovered from yesterday's 4-game stream there. That was pretty tough, but I can do it. I've done it before with football. I don't know. That was just yesterday again. Basketball is a little bit more difficult to cover. It really is. Just so much more action happening. But again, thank you guys for hanging out. And again, feel free to chat down below. Again, it's a chat-friendly channel, so feel free to do that. And let's see here. Again, just hanging out at the half. That's all we're doing. That's interesting. I don't know what's going on there. But again, feel free to chat about the game. Feel free to talk about whatever is going on in the sports world. I do get to the chat. The chat is, again, a big part of the channel, forever and always will be. Let's see. Can I have Duke over TCU today? I have Michigan State over Louisville. UConn over UC. No, that's tomorrow, so I can't go over that yet. I did pick Nebraska over McNeese, so by default, Nebraska over Vanderbilt. Let's see. Illinois over VCU. Again, Michigan over St. Louis. Did pick St. Louis over Georgia. Today, looks like Gonzaga over BYU, so Gonzaga over Texas. And then Arkansas over High Point. Did correctly pick High Point over them. 100. Carlito putting up 100. Go Michigan. Again, yeah, a lot of Michigan supports. And it seems like if you speak about St. Louis, you'll be told that they're going to lose. So I do feel bad, but yeah, I guess it is what it is. You got Vandy. Yeah, it could be going either way. Again, I thought McNeese would be moving on. McNeese wasn't too bad. It was a good game until the end. But yeah, I got Vanderbilt taking on Florida in the Sweet 16. And then on the other side of that, I got Houston and Illinois in the Sweet 16 for that South region. Yeah, my one incorrect pick, and again, you'll probably make fun, it's fine, but I had Akron. Going to the Sweet 16. I really bought into them. But they got their butts kicked, unfortunately. And, yeah, so I had Arkansas over... No, I had Akron over Alabama today, or tomorrow. So, yeah, that's my error. That is my blemish. McNeese sold. Yeah, I know. That was tough, man. They were pretty... I mean, I thought they were really... Again, they were a good 12 team. They were a really good 12 seed. They were, but that was just unfortunate, man. That was tough. And Akron, yeah, they got it. I don't know. They just got intimidated by I don't know. But yeah, only one 12 over 5. I had 3 12s over 5s. Vandy gonna beat Nebraska. Yeah, that seems to be the common the thought there. I guess I'm going against the grain. I had a Nebraska over McNeese, so by default, I'm pulling for Nebraska for the bracket. Only really, again, for the bracket. Are the Pirates playing today? They probably are. Let me go ahead and look. They probably are. Let's see. Pirates. They're playing the Blue Jays right now. Yeah, they're doing that. I think that, no, tomorrow's our last spring game. Yeah, against the Red Sox. And then after that, no, Monday. What the heck? I think spring training's just too long. That's way too long. So you have your last preseason game on Monday, then you play your first game on Thursday. That makes no sense. Yeah, I don't think I'll be covering another spring training. I just did the one just to kind of warm up. But yeah, first baseball action will be Yankees Giants, and then of course first Pirates action will be Pirates Mets, and then I think there's also college basketball that day, so I'll be covering again the Pirates Mets, and then I'll be coming back for college basketball. That is my game plan anyway. We'll see if it works out. McNeese doesn't have the bigs to deal with these big tourney teams. Yeah, they found out. Watch the game through you, so a little bit more enthusiasm towards St. Louis. Okay. Well, again, I'm just a neutral party, man. I'm not going to be pulling for either team. Like I said, I mean, for the bracket's sake, it's Michigan. If Michigan loses, it's not going to break my heart. I mean, I was wrong in the bracket, just like everybody else. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not going to really. It's not going to like break my heart if Michigan loses. Like I just, I'm just a neutral party. I don't show any bias. I try not to. I try my best to not show any bias whenever I'm calling a game. People like it. Some people don't. Even Steeler games, I really try not to. Even though whenever they are getting blown out by the Bills or, getting wrecked by the Packers in the second half, yeah, it was a depressing time. It was a depressing time on the channel. That was rough. Oh, and the Chargers game. They look so terrible against the Chargers. Oh, my gosh. Like, why? Just couldn't perform when it mattered. And, then, of course, the Texans game. That was fun. That was fun until the fourth quarter. It was 7-6 until the floodgates opened. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, again, hoping that the new coach will bring some new results. That's all I can hope for. Because oh my gosh, it has been a rough time being a Steeler fan the last 9 years now. 9 years since our last playoff win. I mean, what a joke. What a joke. But oh well, that's hey man, being a Steeler fan ain't for the faint of heart, man. You gotta be tough to be a Steeler fan. You really do, because you're always going to catch a lot of stuff from a lot of flack or a lot of whatever from a lot of different fan bases. They just hate you because you're a Steeler fan. You're the Steelers. They hate you. Don't even know why. You just know you're supposed to hate the Steelers, which is it's whatever. It's like the Cowboys in a way, but I mean the Cowboys. Yeah, I mean I can understand why people hate the Cowboys. I don't like the Cowboys. You're going to St. Louis because you go there. Nice. Gotcha. Well, hey, good luck. Good luck with your Billikens, man. It has been a rough ending to the first half. Again, you guys were hanging in there pretty well. Again, he even took the lead a few times. But yeah, no, the ending there, that was tough. I think at the 7-minute mark, it was 29-32. It's actually 31-32. Yeah, it was 31-32 at the 6:40 mark. And then, from then on, it was an 8-16 scoring advantage for Michigan. That is really what's been the difference of this game. Yeah, Houston for the whole thing. Oh, wow. I have Houston making it pretty far. I think I actually have them beating Florida in the rematch, but I have Houston losing in the Final Four. So that is... You're a Cowboy fan? Well, that's tough. Yeah, no, again, I'm surrounded by a lot of Cowboy fans, so it's like living in Texas. That's just the way it goes. But again, it's more their fans, but again, the younger fans like me... Well, not me. I'm not a fan of the Cowboys, but like my generation and younger, a lot more realistic on the Cowboys. So, yeah, like if you're a late millennial, like the last of the millennials, Gen Z, the Cowboys fans are a little bit more realistic on their teams, but the ones that, again, saw the 90s dynasty or the 70s, oh my gosh, I mean, yeah, it is. I mean, the meme is real. How about them Cowboys stuff? It is said very often when the Cowboys will whip up on the Giants or the Redskins or some other, team or whatever, just whatever. They'll brag about beating a 3-10 Giants team. It happened. It's happened plenty of times. Oh, man. But yes, I even cover the Cowboys. I cover everybody, so. But look forward to seeing you here again during football season. You're a Falcon fan. Covered them a few times. Yeah, again, they're always the team with the talent. Let's see how they did when I covered them. Again, the Cowboys, I think, were just 2-2 when I covered them. See here, that is not it. The Falcons were 2-2 as well. I covered them 4 times last year, so a bunch of 500 teams for me. Born at halftime of a Cowboy game. Oh wow, cool, nice. I was born in November. I don't know when. I guess there was no. I was born in November '96, and the January of '96, the Cowboys beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl. So. Ever since I've been born, the Cowboys have not reached the NFC Championship, or again, just let alone the Super Bowl. So I have this belief. I'm not even kidding. I am kind of, when it comes to football, I guess I'm arrogant. Just a little bit of a different personality. But I believe I'm the reason why the Cowboys have failed in the last 29 years. It's because, all right, you beat the Steelers. All right. A few months later, I'm born, and the Cowboys have done nothing since. There is that. So you got to kill me. If the Cowboys want any chance, yeah. I mean, Jerry probably has to, not be the GM anymore. But also, I have to go away. And I don't plan on going away anytime soon. So, very sorry. Plan on living for a good bit, if possible. It'd be nice. It would be nice. Born in November. You're born in November? November is the best month. It is. I don't know what's going on over here on the commercial break. It's a bunch of stuff. But anyway, again, appreciate you guys. Again, we're just kind of waiting for. Actually, I need to get my roster back. Just waiting for halftime to conclude. Again, feel free to chat down below, folks. Again, I do. Get to the chats. The chat is a big part of the channel, especially, of course, during halftime or commercial breaks. Again, during the game, a little bit more difficult, but I will try to catch up on the chat when I can. That is big. Let's see. You have to play out of their minds to keep up. Yeah, they will have to play very well, but I think it's doable. I mean, again, they can put up points, and they showed it here. They've shown that when they're hot, they can play They can take the lead. They've taken the lead a few times too. No, I can't. I don't buy this. It's the game is already decided. I cannot say that. There's no way. I mean, there's just no way. November 8th. I was born on November 19th. November 19th is my birthday. Yep. November 19th. St. Louis has led by 4. I think they've led a few times. I think twice. Lee Castle is the referee. All right, let me see where Lee Castle's from. I want to know where the referees are from. Lee Castle. Referee. He's getting a lot of... Let's see. Lee Castle's a professional college referee. Where is he ref? All right. Apparently this is behind a paywall. That's really stupid. Lee Castle. ACC. There you go. He's an ACC ref. So Lee Castle is a ACC ref. Can put up points, but haven't been able to stop them. Well, Michigan was going to score. I think everyone kind of knew that. I mean, I'm sure you did too. Just Michigan was going to score. The question was, can St. Louis keep up? Again, Michigan averages 87 points a game. I mean, that's really good. St. Louis averages 88. But obviously, again, there's a little bit of difference of competition. So would they be able to match that production? Again, so far they're on pace for 78. That's pretty good. But obviously, again, their defense it's rough because, again, Cadeau can pull up for any range. Because, I mean, Cadeau has 12 points. He can just light it up whenever he wants. Mara, again, 10 points underneath. I mean, that is, again, Michigan is built very well. Michigan is just too big. They don't match up, yeah. They'll have to pressure all the half court, yeah. You were born on November 23rd. A lot of November babies. There we go. There we go. November's the best month. Best month by far. This is copyrighted. Yes, it is. Yes, it is copyright. I will not show the game. I promise. Don't take down my channel. All right. We might be working our way back. So let me go ahead and change the court. I just realized I didn't put halftime. Oh, well. Oh, well. Sue me. So we are working our way back just to go to commercial. There we go. There we go. That was really fun. That was fun. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. Did any of you guys, just out of curiosity, you guys fill out a women's bracket? I don't know if that is really... I mean, I know it's not as popular, but I was just wondering. Because I did. I just went ahead and did it. And I am still at a perfect bracket. So through day one, I still have a perfect bracket. I don't know if there's any teams playing right now, actually. I don't think so, actually. No, there are in the first round. They're still in the first round. Okay. Ohio State over Howard. South Carolina over Southern. Louisville over Vermont. It's not really, it's not like a big deal. I mean, all you really just gotta go chalk. I mean, that's really how you do it in women's. I mean, the chalk is gonna win every time. Dude, what happened? What did I do? I don't know what I did. UCLA? What about UCLA? Hopefully St. Louis has a lot of Pop-Tarts. They need a lot of Pop-Tarts. Too bad the NIT is not popular. Yeah, I mean, it's something. It's something. Those are the games that they're showing on YouTube, by the way. Like, those streams are not taken down. No one really cares. I saw the Super Bowl wins in the 90s. I was born in the... you were in high school in the 90s. Oh, wow. Look at you go. So, yeah, you're probably a how about them Cowboys. Or, there are a few. I do have a few older friends that are, like, all right, so Jerry still pretends he's in the glory days. Like, he's just got, like, there are a few of them that have mellowed out. But, like, yeah, they grew up watching, again, they grew up in the, watching the Super Bowls in the 90s. But they were, like, really young. But, yeah, I gotcha. Gotcha, David. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Again, the Cowboys had a pretty good offense last year. Usually, though, when you have a good offense, you have a bad defense, and that's exactly what the case was for them. So we'll see. We'll see. They need to get some defenders, though, for sure. They need to get some defenders. I know you guys... Well, no, you guys still have the running back from Denver. I can't think of his name to save my life right now, but he was pretty good. Javonte Williams, I think he's still with you guys. He played very well. UCLA, I got you. I have UConn. All right, we are working our way back, though. 48-39, it is. Wait, hold on. Okay, never mind. I thought something was messed up. All right, but yeah, we are about ready to get back into action. Again, Michigan pretty much pulled away at the end of the first half, so we'll see if St. Louis can make something happen. They interviewed McCautry, 10 points again. Pretty solid for him, but the problem is that most of the other, the rest of his teammates aren't shooting that well. Avila, again, 1 for 6. Jones, 0 for 4. Green, 0 for 2. As Cadeau has it going right to left. Bounce pass here to Mara. Mara Looking around as he finds Johnson inside underneath the rim. Lays it in, no problem. And again, the first points of the second half belong to Michigan, 50-39. This is Green on the far side. Green now to Brown. Brown over here to Jones. Jones to Avia. Again, he went ice cold. Bounce pass inside of McCautry. Lays it up. Gets the easy basket. Really impressive shot, honestly. Made a hard shot look easy. 50-41. Bounce pass inside to Johnson. Johnson with it as he's looking around. Kicks it out to Cadeau. Cadeau to Burnett for three. In and outs. Rebounded there by St. Louis. They're racing down now to the near side again, going left to right. Green chilling now at the logo as he finds Avia. Avia working his way. Looking around. Coming to the point. Finding Jones. Jones on the near side working his way in the lane. Kicks it out to Avia. Avia inside, it's intercepted by Mara. The tall, lanky Mara to Lenberg. Lenberg in the lane, kicks it out here to Johnson. All day for three. That's going to be just a little bit wide. Rebounded by St. Louis. St. Louis playing fast. Here's Green. Green from way downtown. Oh my goodness, what a shot by Green. Making it a 6-point game, 50-44. From way downtown. Unbelievable range. Cadeau with it on the far side, going right to left. As he's making his way inside. And he's blocked. No, kicks it out here to Burnett. Burnett for three. That is good. Thought it was blocked based on the pass, but no, it's great. It's actually a great pass. 9-point game, Michigan with the lead. St. Louis with the ball. Avio here with it beyond the arc. Looking around. Trying to find a teammate. Finds one in Brown. Brown. Driving inside, looking, puts it up. Can't get the friendly roll. Rebounded there by Michigan. As here's Lenberg on the near side again, going right to left, crossing half court. 17:48 left to play here in the second half. Lenberg to Johnson. Johnson back to Cadeau. Cadeau at the logo. Cadeau working on his guy. Now goes back to Johnson. Johnson to Burnett. Burnett to Mara. Mara floater's good. Good passing by Michigan as it's now an 11-point game. Here is Jones on the logo, again going left to right. Down by 11 is Jones making his way inside. Looking, kicks it out to Avia for three. That's good. Avia went ice cold in the first half. There we go. That's a good way to start it. Desperately needed that for his confidence. He's at 6 points. Here is Cadeau. Cadeau now to Mara. Inside. Mara working his way in. On the block, looking around in the lane. Hook shot, too strong as it's poked away and rebounded by St. Louis. McCautry making his way down the far side, now going left to right. McCautry to Avia. Another deep three. That's short, and it's going to be chased down and rebounded by St. Louis, keeping it alive. Green with it, finding McCautry. McCautry to Jones. Jones for three. That's good. It's a 5-point game. 55-50, 16-30, and counting in the second half. Cadeau with it on the near side, going right to left. Cadeau at the logo. He's driving inside, kicks it out. Johnson pump fakes, driving in, puts it up, and gets the easy bucket. As it's a 7-point game, 57-50. Pardon my voice. Again, here is Green on the near side, driving inside. Now going to work his way back out as he floats it to Jones. Jones over here to McCautry. McCautry heavily guarded by Burnett, who floats it over to Green as he's traveling inside. Kicks out to Avia. Avia for three. That's good. Avia is starting to heat up, folks. It's a 4-point game, 57-53. Cadeau at the logo. Floats it over to Lenberg. Floats it over to Johnson at the block. Looking around in the lane. Mara wide open, slamming it inside for an easy bucket. 59-53. Green with it for St. Louis. Back over to Avia. Avia back over to Green. Green jab step. Another jab step. Traveling inside. Going in. Pulls up a three. That's going to be short. Rebounded there by Johnson. Finding Cadeau. Cadeau floats it to Johnson. Wide open. 61-53, 8-point game. As here is Green now to Avia. Avia at the logo as he's trying to find a teammate. Floats it over to McCautry. McCautry driving inside, hands it off again. Brown with it. He's trying to find somebody. Now he's going to go back beyond the arc. Finding Jones. Jones driving inside. Floater is good. Back and forth we go in this one. 14:40 left to go in the second half. As Cadeau going to chill with it on the far side. Cadeau covered there by Jones. As Cadeau driving in, looking around, kicks it out for three. That's going to be just wide. Rebounded by St. Louis. St. Louis going to take it up slowly but surely. Again, a 6-point game. This is Jones. Jones bounce pass inside, and there's going to be a foul on Cadeau. Cadeau can't believe it. But that looked like he tugged the jersey. Looks like it's going to be illegal contact there on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Just kidding. Of course, official TV timeout. 14:17 left to go in the second half. Michigan up by 6. St. Louis with the ball. Go on a big run. They are. Need St. Louis to cover. Okay, gotcha. Saunders, appreciate you for tuning in. It's where the TV timeouts are devastating the momentum that teams are so reliant on. Yeah, TV timeouts are the worst, honestly. It really is. I hate them, but, maybe St. Louis, again, they're making it a game. Again, it was a good game for pretty much the entire first half, and then at the end of the first half, Michigan pulled away looking like, what Michigan has been doing. But right here, again, to start this one, they are matching Michigan blow for blow. Already 29 points combined for both teams to start this half. Saunders liking it. Right now it's 14:17. What time does it end? I don't know. Probably about another hour if I had to guess. So, I don't know. Whatever time it is, just add another hour, and I would say that is when it ends. With all these commercial breaks, because the commercial breaks here for March Madness have been longer too. I can feel it. They're not like a regular season game. They're getting all those sponsors and those bums. Anyway, appreciate you guys again for hanging out again. Normally I'd go over scores, but there's nothing else to really go over. Again, just let me know who you got down below. Again, you pulling for Michigan, you pulling for St. Louis. Let me know in the poll. Jeez, man, FBS is really slow. Kind of a little laggy there. Oh, well. But anyway, yeah, just let me know down below who you're pulling for and how's your bracket doing. Again, I have Michigan actually winning the whole thing. I'm not a Michigan fan by any means. I'm just, again, that was the team that I felt was going to win. So we'll see. Potential bracket buster here today. We'll see how it goes. But, yeah, so far so good on the bracket. Again, 15 of my 16 teams in the Sweet 16 still alive, so I'm okay. I am okay. How's it going, Steven? Good to see you once again. Appreciate you, man. Carlito, of course, I know you're going with St. Louis. Pulling the over. Gotcha. Judy going for Michigan. A lot of Michigan support. Saunders going for St. Louis to cover. Iowa State to win it all. Wow. That would be bold. That would be interesting. They're pretty solid, but I don't know. I think last year all the Final Four teams were a 1 seed. What's the score? Yes, we're working our way back to action. Again, it is 61-55. Yes, I promise you. Every now and then I'll fat finger it. Michigan, Hart, St. Louis. So far only 4 on. Pretty good. Virginia versus Bulldogs. Oh, interesting. Appreciate your rep for tuning back in. Appreciate you, man. Always like seeing familiar faces. St. Louis going to be inbounding. Here is, this is Brown. Brown back over to McCautry. McCautry with it at the logo. Just chilling. Driving inside. McCautry looking. Churning. Passes to Avia. Avia puts it up. Can't get the friendly roll. Rebounded by Michigan. All right. Here is Cadeau again going right to left. 14 minutes and counting here in the second half. As he finds over here, this is Gale. Gale over here to Johnson. Johnson fakes the pass. Driving inside in the lane. Looking. Puts it up and can't get the bucket, but... Oh, they're going to call a travel. Johnson decided to walk with it. I guess he was a running back. Missed on Clemson yesterday. Gotcha. Again, good to see you, Soccer Dad. Appreciate you. Drew going with St. Louis. Larry going with St. Louis. You're doing all the games. Just doing the one right now. I'm doing 3 games today. This one is included in that. All right, here we go. This is Jones. Jones for St. Louis. Looking around, driving inside, turning, finding Brown. Pump fakes, floating, shooting, and it's going to be too strong. Rebounded there by McKinney for Michigan as they take it down. Here is McKinney. He's looking around, coming to the near side. He just pulls up a 3. That's good. And it's back to a 9-point game, 64-55, 13-13. And counting. Here is Jones on the logo for St. Louis. Jones floats it to Avia. Avia to Dunlap. Jab step. Back to Avia. Avia looking around. Trying to find a teammate. Looking for Dunlap. Can't find him. Finding Jones, though, in the corner as he's working his way inside. Spinning. Puts it up and gets the friendly roll. Back to a touchdown game. 64-57. 12:43 and counting. In the second half. Here is Cadeau again crossing half court. Just chilling. Bounce pass here to McKinney, who's driving inside, hitting the hole, spinning, looking. Kicks it out here to Johnson. Back to Cadeau. Cadeau, deep 3. That's too strong. And rebounded by Gale, keeping it alive for Michigan. Kicks it to Ledenberg in the far corner. Floats it inside to Johnson. Johnson looking for a teammate. Oh, and there's going to be intercepted by St. Louis. Bad pass, says here are the Billikens. As Jones on the near side again, going left to right. 12-10 and counting. Avia looking for a teammate now as it's tipped away. He gets it back. Driving the lane. Puts it up. Can't get it. Tipped away. And now with Johnson. Johnson now with Lendenberg. Lendenberg on the far side. Driving inside. Looking. Slamming it with authority is Lendenberg. Firing up the team. The crowd love that one. 66-57 is Brown working his way inside. And he is going to be called... No, Cadeau is going to be fouling Brown. So that might have been a shooting foul. No, it's not. I don't know. We'll see. Looks like we're going to go to a commercial break. 66-57 is your score. Lendenberg just almost breaking everything over there. 11:44 left to go in this one. Wolverine basketball as vicious they are. Sounders going again. St. Louis pulling for a St. Louis cover. This is not good, says NFM. Jerry Cohen with the Billikens. Appreciate you, Jerry, for tuning in. St. Louis, they have been hanging in there, but yeah, it's a tough task. It really is. Again, going against the Michigan Wolverines. They're really good this year. Dunkin' Donuts. I like that. I need to incorporate that at least once. Dunkin' like donuts. I can try to make that work. I don't know if I can get it here today, but I'll try. That's pretty good. I like that. Dunkin' Donuts. That's pretty good. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, we're in commercial break, folks. So, yeah, we're just kind of hanging out until this game resumes. We were in trouble. TV timeout saved us. Yep, it may have. The momentum was kind of shifting Michigan after that. You've got Michigan versus Texas Tech in the Sweet 16. What do I have? I don't know. Do I have something? I probably have something similar to that. I don't recall, though. Let me see. Michigan. Where are you at? Michigan. Oh, yeah, I had Michigan and Akron. Yeah, again, Akron was my one blemish in the Sweet 16. They're the only Sweet 16 team eliminated. I bought the Akron hype, folks. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. But everything else, though, in Sweet 16 still alive for the moment. You hate Michigan. Carlito hates Michigan. I thought you were just pro St. Louis, but now you're just a hating son of a gun of Michigan. Yeah, like I said, I don't really. You guys can like or hate whoever you want. I'm just a neutral party, folks. Just a neutral party. Can appreciate you guys, though, for hanging out. Executioner loves Michigan. There you go. There you go. Again, like I said, long commercial breaks for just March Madness games. They really try to get those commercials in. That's what they do. Come on, St. Louis, Ricky, pulling for an upset. I know today. Yeah, gotcha. Michigan covering the 3-point shot better this game. I mean, I don't know. I don't really think they're really getting a hand in the face or anything like that. I just genuinely think their St. Louis is just missing their shots. I don't think Michigan's like doing much, to be honest. I wouldn't say Michigan's playing smothering defense. No, that's just me. I don't know. Some people might disagree. Total under 169. I think it's going over. Yeah, I think it's going over. That's just me. I would say it's going over. I don't know. What do you guys think? Again, I know there's a lot of bettors in the chat. What do you guys think here? As Brown misses the first. Brown is a 75% free throw shooter. We're back in action. Again, Michigan up by 9. Yaxel Lendenberg, again, 15 points. Again, he is pretty good. He averages 15 points a game. And I already matched that as he does make the second, making it an 8-point game. All right, Michigan with it now again, 11:42 and counting, as Lendenberg being the point guard for the moment, as he's at the logo. Going to the far side again, going to the right to left. Here is Gale. Gale with it as he finds it. Lendenberg once again. Lendenberg back to Gale. Gale floats it to Mara. Mara bounce pass to Gale. Gale kicks it out to Shetter. Shetter to McKinney. McKinney back to Lendenberg for 3. That's good. And it's an 11-point game. 69-58. Here is McCautry. McCautry beyond the arc. Trying to get this instruction from his coach as he finds Dunlap. Dunlap now here to Sharma. Sharma back to McCautry. McCautry floating it to Sharma. Sharma with it on the near side. 7 left to shoot as Sharma jacks up a 3. That's going to be short and rebounded by Lendenberg. Lendenberg floats it over to Gale. Gale with it driving inside. Puts it up and they're going to give him some shots as he was fouled. And Johnson is a 79% free throw shooter, in danger here of pulling away. And go blue from St. Louis. Gotcha. Appreciate you for tuning in. Too high. Yeah, it's over. FK saying it's over. Not looking good, though. But again, still plenty of time as Gale does make his first again. He's a 78% free throw shooter. I think I did say Johnson earlier. But yeah, there we go. Gale makes his second, 71-58. It's a 13-point game, folks. I think this is the largest lead of the game, too. So again, St. Louis, they got to get something going here. As Dunlap's going to be inbounding again, going left to right. This looks over. Maybe. Go blue from Detroit. Appreciate you, Omar, for tuning in. All right, Dunlap going to be inbounding here to McCautry. Ooh, heavy defense from Michigan. They're kind of pressing here as Dunlap loses the ball. It's taken away by Michigan. McKinney inside, lays it up. No problem. 73-58. A 15-point game. And St. Louis will call timeout. Michigan smelling blood. Pressing the defense. Oh, my goodness. 15-point game with 10:30 to go. St. Louis, they need to get buckets now or it's over. Win by more than 20 all day. We'll see. Looking like it may go that direction. Let's see. Need Michigan to cover 9.5. Well, they probably, I don't know. We'll see again. Still plenty of time. Over 162? I think so. I personally think so, but some people might disagree. How's it going, Laney? Good to see you once again. Yeah, no, for sure. Again, this is my first of 3 games today. Going to take a little bit of a break after this one, but I'll be back for Texas A&M and Houston. And then Vanderbilt and Nebraska. Those will be the 2 games I do, or the 2 other games I do today. Michigan's playing at the number 1 seed, yeah, for sure. It's definitely going over. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is Burnett in the game right now? He is, yes. He's got 8 points. Burnett has 8 points, 3 for 5. He's got 2 fouls, so he's still fine again. No one really in foul trouble. McCautry at 3 fouls, but other than that, I think everyone else is good. McCautry at 3. Cadeau's at 3. That's right. Cadeau also at 3 for Michigan. But other than that, everyone else is at 2 or below. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. Again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure, again, to like and subscribe. It says so up there. It's free. Look at that. Think of it more as a follow. Again, think of it more as a follow, like on Instagram or on X or wherever you social media from. Again, this is what I do. I call games. And again, once the streams are taken down, I'll be here as a backup, folks. That's kind of my thing for college. When it's college sports, I'm cool to be the backup. So hopefully, again, you enjoyed. Again, I also do plenty of the NFL. I'm not just a March Madness guy. Again, March Madness is really what I'm doing in the off season, because NFL and college football is really my main thing on the channel. And of course, I'll be doing a lot of baseball as well. So make sure, again, to subscribe if you're a sports fan. It is free as can be. David saying easy over. Yeah, I'm thinking over as well. A long, again, commercial break here. And it wasn't even a TV timeout, too. So we're due for one of those soon. St. Louis has to speed up the game, 4 fast break points, and defend without fouling. Again, Michigan at the line a lot today, 10 for 16. And, of course, Michigan, Lundberg has been a big key here in the second half, already 18 points. So we're back again, a 15-point game, as Michigan has they've just been making their shots, 10 for 15 in the second half. Sharma floats it over to McCautry. McCautry, and dealing with heavy defense from Michigan. They are going to be pressing for a little bit here as he's at the logo. McCautry trying to find a teammate. McCautry finding Avia. Avia looking around at the logo. Hands it off. No, does not. As Avia finding Sharma. Sharma with it beyond the arc. Floats it over there to Otieno. Back to Dunlap. Sharma for 3. That's good. They desperately needed that one. They really did. Commentator stealing what I just said. Crazy. 12-point game. As here we go. This is Gale. Gale at the logo. Floats it over to Mara. Mara with it. He floats it over to Lundberg, who's on the top of the arc. He's driving inside in the lane. Puts it. Oh, it's stuffed. And they're going to call a foul. And Avia can't believe it. Avia saying he had all ball. St. Louis coach just like doing just waving his hand to the official, like, come on. Let's see it. Here's the replay. Wow. Yeah, it's a tough one. May have been a shooting foul there for sure. Lundberg going to be at the line as he's an 82% free throw shooter. So appreciate you, Craig. Thank you, Craig. You're a legend. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As Lundberg, again, looking to add on to his 18-point total. He does with that one. 74-61. Lundberg making the All-American team. Lundberg at the line for his second. That one is good. 75-61. 2-touchdown game as, well, now there's going to be some subs for both teams here. Lundberg going to be subbing out for a little bit. All right, here's St. Louis again, down by 14. They got to get something on. They got to play defense. This is Thames with it at the logo, just chilling, going left to right. Floats it over here to McCautry. McCautry going to the far side. McCautry floats it up to Thames, who, he's fouled. Almost slams it with the alley-oop, but not quite as he was fouled. Again, Thames will go to the line, and he is a 65% free throw shooter. Throw off the lights, the party's over. Maybe Razorbacks are a dangerous team. They are. Appreciate you, Shaman, for tuning back in. Good to see you. Again, Thames need you got to make both. You got to make both. As Thames at the line, there's the first. That one, no good. You can't do that if you're St. Louis. Need this one for sure. Thames, again, not the best free throw shooter in the world, 65%er. But that should mean he should make this one. There's the second one. That one doesn't go in. That one's a miss. Again, you can't do that. You need those points. As here's a Michigan, 9:20 left to go in the first. Thames at the logo. He's just chilling. Bounce pass to Mara. Mara beyond the arc. Bounce pass inside to Johnson. Working his way inside. He's looking, puts it up, and he's fouled. And he'll go to the line for two. Again, looks like Michigan going to be abusing the whistle. Just pounding it inside. As Johnson was a 79% free throw shooter. St. Louis coach just trying to get his team to stay in it. They seem to be deflated a little bit. Avila with 9 points. Again, he's had a terrible first half, only 3. Turning it up a little bit, but again, still need a little bit more from St. Louis and Avila. As Johnson releases, that one is good for his first game. Kind of slowing down. I'm sure you guys can feel it too. A lot of stoppage. Always kind of kills the game's momentum and all that, but it has not impacted Michigan. Definitely with St. Louis. Again, Johnson, a slow. Again, everyone and Michigan takes their time at the line. As he does release, that one is good. 77-61, a 16-point game. As McCautry slowly making his way, crossing half court. Again, he's at the logo going to the far side. Hands it off to Avila. Avila's looking around, and he jacks up a 3. That's in and out. Berger rebounded there by Burnett, who holds it on and hands it off to Cadeau. Cadeau, 8:44 left to go in this one. Michigan looking for a dagger. Bounce pass to Mara. Mara floats it up and slams it in. Alley-oop to Johnson. Unbelievable 18-point game, 8:30 to go. As here is Jones. He puts it in, slams it down. That was quick. What an answer. 79-63. Didn't even show half the play as he floats it to the corner. Burnett stepping over. 3. That's in and out. And there's going to be a foul on Dunlap. Foul on Dunlap there, St. Louis. I don't even know what he did. TPS reports. I didn't even know that. Michigan plays like this the rest of the tourney, they will win it all. Well, I think they are really good. Again, I did pick them to win it all, but still got a ways to go. Looks like Thames about to push everybody on the bench. Mara with it again at the top of the arc, floats it into Johnson. Johnson floats it over to Ledenberg. Ledenberg on the far side floats it to Johnson, working his way inside. Johnson looking, puts it up, can't get it, rebounded by Avila. Avila now to Brown. Brown at the logo as he's going to bounce it outside. Kicks it out to Avila for 3. That's going to be short, rebounded by Lenberg. Again, up by 16, 7:45 to go. Cadeau with it on the near side. Again, going right to left, slowing it down just a little bit. Again, these teams can put up points. Michigan already approaching 80. St. Louis might. Bounce pass inside. Johnson wide open. Leaving him free as can be. 81-63. Here is a via bounce pass inside to Brown. Brown, it's stripped. Brown loses the ball. Cadeau with it. They're going to call it jump ball. It's going to stay with St. Louis. Talent gap is real. Maybe. You probably are correct. Michigan looking pretty good. Another TV timeout. 7:17 left to go. Michigan up by 18 as they look to secure their spot in the Sweet 16. They are hungry since they lost the Big Ten. Yep. Run of away game, maybe, probably. Probably. Again, it was a good game for a little bit there for sure. And St. Louis, they got to start hitting their shots. I mean, it's now or never. It really is. So, man, that is brutal second half here, as they've just slowed down. And again, folks, I'll be back later today for 2 more games. I'll be doing Texas A&M and Houston, and then Vanderbilt, Nebraska. Hopefully, I'll see you there. If not, that's all good. Again, hopefully, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. But again, I'll be here later this afternoon and into the night. And yeah, again, if you do like what you're listening to, appreciate you guys again for hanging out. And again, feel free to chat. I really try to get to the chats. I know it's, again, more difficult to do that in basketball. It really is, but I really do. I really try to. And yeah, no, thank you very much. Thank you very much for tuning in. But yeah, it's kind of a shame. It's kind of a shame. They were looking pretty good though for a little bit. They really were. This guy, Carlito, it happens, you know. Everyone, it happens. It happens, man. St. Louis won their first game. You know, you got to be pretty happy with that. Got to be happy with the win over Georgia. There's only, by the way, folks, I don't know if you guys knew that on ESPN, there's only 195. I don't know why that did that. 195 perfect brackets. So there's not many. I wonder how many brackets are going to be broken after this. I doubt it. I don't know. Maybe one. Shouldn't be many. Let's see here. So I appreciate you, David. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for tuning in. Is Amari in? Amari McCutchery. Yeah. No, not in right now, but he's played well. Hasn't really done much though in the second half. He's only got 2 points in the second half. He had 10 points in the first. But no, he's not in currently. All right. Again, they're kind of highlighting Michigan State, Louisville. Again, I won't be calling that game, but I'll be back later tonight. Again, it's an 18-point game here with just over 7 minutes to go. As Michigan just looking to close it out. St. Louis looking to fight back. Can they? Will they? They got to start making their shots. It starts with their next possession, which is right now. Inbounding here, Avila now to Brown. Brown beyond the arc. Driving in, kicks it out here to Jones. Jones over here to Avila. Avila now to Brown. Brown inside in the lane, trying to find a teammate. Heavy defense finding Sharma for three. Need it. No, they cannot get it. Rebounded by Burnett. Cadeau playing it fast. Cadeau now to Lenberg. Lenberg on the near side. Lenberg just chilling at the logo. Finding here's Burnett. Burnett inside. Puts it up, and he is stuffed. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it back out of Johnson. Johnson to Cadeau. 8 left to shoot. He's at the logo. Floats it over to Burnett for three. That's good. 84-63. Here is Brown. Brown inside, and he is going to be fouled. And he will go to the line for a couple. And again, he is a 75% free throw shooter. Michigan State, Louisville game going to hurt people's feeling. Really interesting. I mean, it should be a good one, I think. I do have Michigan State winning. All right, Brown again is 75% free throw shooter. Needs them both, misses the first. I mean, again, that is just, you can't do that. They have struggled at the line. They haven't gone to the line a lot, but whenever they have not taken advantage of their opportunities. As Brown with the second, that one is good. Cutting the lead at 20 points, 84-64, 6:20 and counting as Michigan with the ball on the far side. Bounce pass here to Johnson. Johnson floats it over to Burnett. Floating it now to Ledenberg underneath. He was looking for a teammate. Ledenberg driving inside, spinning around, looking, hop step, floater's good. 86-64, pardon me. Ledenberg with 22 points. Avila with it. He's driving inside. Hands it off now to Sharma. Pardon my voice. Jones with it. Jones beyond the arc, finding Green. Green for three. That's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Shetter. Shetter now to Lenberg. Lenberg on the far side. 5:40 and counting as he finds Cadeau. Cadeau on the near side, floating it over to Shetter. Trying to find a teammate, finds one at Johnson underneath. Johnson to Lenberg. Lenberg kicks it out to Cadeau. Pump fakes. Driving in, 7 left to shoot. Kicks it out here to Lenberg for three. That's good. 89-64. 64, a 25-point game. Unbelievable. Green now with it. Green to Sharma. Sharma to Brown. Driving inside. Looking underneath. He puts it up and draws the foul. Man, this has been a tough one here for St. Louis. Been a tough one for sure. As Brown releases, that one is good, cutting the lead to 24. It's not exactly, well, all right. Yeah, it may be over. It probably is. Again, appreciate you, St. Louis fans. Again, you feel free to stick around. Again, everyone, feel free to do that. If not, I totally get it. Appreciate you guys for letting me call the game for you. But it definitely turned out to be a tough one, as that one is good, making them both 89-66. Again, a 23-point game as Cadeau with it on the far side. Driving inside, now going to slow it down. And bounce pass inside, and he puts it up. He is fouled. Won't get the buckets, but he'll go to the line for two. Again, Johnson, a 79% free throw shooter. The over was free, yeah. A lot of points. A lot of points in this one for sure. Looks like Michigan kind of just chilling. Probably going to see the backups in the last probably minute. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Again, Johnson taking his time. Again, Michigan, they just take their time at the line, as that one is good. Fourth program, and, well, I don't know. They showed the graphic, then they cut away. That was pretty disgusting. 90-66. Dan, we got just over 4 minutes to go. Well, actually, no. 4:55 to go. Just under 5 minutes. Again, Johnson just chilling, taking his time. Releases. That one's short. Rebounded by Jones. Again, St. Louis pretty much over. But, again, you got to make every shot from this point out to even have a chance. As Sharma with it. Sharma to Brown. Brown driving inside. Looking. Hesitating. Puts it up. Easy layup for Brown. Brown's come alive here late. Brown's got 13 points. Cadeau with it. Going to take his time to pick it up. Starting the shot clock now. 4:30 and counting. Again, going on the far side. Right to left. Cadeau floats it over to Gale. Gale for three. That's going to be in and outs and rebounded there by St. Louis. Here's Sharma racing down. Again, they got to hustle. They got to make something. They got to do something. Sharma with it at the logo. Floats it over here to Jones. Jones driving in. Stepping back. Finding Avia with it as he's looking, floats it over to Jones underneath the basket, kicks it out for three. Going to be short, rebounded by Lenberg, who has it with 3:55 and counting. Lenberg over there to Cadeau. Cadeau on the far side again, going right to left. Lenberg barking out orders as he gets the ball, gets it back over to Cadeau. Cadeau on the near side, 12 left to shoot, floats it over to Burnett. Back to Lenberg for three. That's going to be short, rebounded by Michigan. Johnson keep it alive. Back to Gale. They're going to reset it. 15 seconds left to go in the shot. No, he's going to go ahead and turn it over. Intercepted by Jones. Jones with it on the far side as he floats it back out to Sharma. Sharma for three. That's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Cadeau. 3:16 and counting. In this one, a 22-point game. As St. Louis, their season will come to an end. A pretty good season, though, of course. Can't be too upset about it. Falling to a team that will most likely represent the Midwest region. Oh, another steal. Sharma with it. He puts it up and gets the basket. 20-point game, 90-70, folks. 2:45 and counting. All right, Cadeau's going to pick it up, and he floats it over to Gale. Gale on the far side. As Gale looking for some space. Time just kind of winding down, and he is fouled with 2:30 left to go in this one. That's going to be a TV timeout. 20-point game, 90-70. Michigan going to move on to 33-3, playing in the Sweet 16. St. Louis will fall, and their season will end at a 29-6 record. Pretty impressive, though, for St. Louis. Let's see, like number 66. Nice. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Appreciate you, Mitchell. Appreciate you, man. Michigan to beat the spread, yeah. You got St. Louis under 74. Ew, it'll be interesting. We'll see. What'd it do? Go Michigan, go Sparties, go Texas, go Vandy. Your bracket picks. Gotcha. Mara the best. He's pretty good. Pretty good, Jose. Appreciate you for tuning in. Again, I know a lot of you guys are going to click off very soon, so make sure, again, before you go, to leave a like. And again, if you do like what you've been listening to, make sure, again, to subscribe to the channel. It is free. Again, I don't mind being the backup option. You know, whenever the streams are taken down, feel free, again, to head over here for some more play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. Again, this is what I do. And again, I cover a lot of the NFL. That's really where the channel is at its best. So again, if you're an NFL fan, make sure to subscribe. Again, it's not just the Steelers channel. I cover everybody at least once. Covered everybody, even the Titans. I did the Titans game. Yes, I'm that dedicated. That dedicated. So yeah, again, 3 games every Sunday, Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, all that good stuff. Even Christmas. Covered all 3 Christmas games last year. Thanksgiving. Covered 2. I actually did miss a game because it's Thanksgiving. But anyway, yeah, thank you guys again for hanging out. Again, I'll be back tonight for Texas A&M and Houston, and then Vanderbilt and Nebraska. So again, I do appreciate you guys again for clicking on my video. Appreciate you guys. All I ask for is a chance. Hopefully, again, I was able to win you over. But yeah, this one again ended up being a one-sided game. But St. Louis really, again, they were showing a lot of fight. Again, they were leading earlier in the game. I think it was like 31-30 or something like that. They were leading, not just at the beginning of the game, but again, they had fought back. But unfortunately, Michigan has just ran away with it to make it a blowout. But yeah, my bracket pick is still alive, so there's that. Made the game fun. Thank you. I try. Baseball regular season starts Thursday. It does. Actually, it starts Wednesday. Giants, Yankees playing on Wednesday in Japan. That'll be fun. You did it again, this guy. I guess I'm just good luck. Guess I'm good luck. All right, we're back. Hopefully, no more commercial breaks as we can reach the conclusion of this one. Appreciate you, Tawny. Go Blue. Yep, they're going to be moving on. And they are my pick to go all the way and win it. So we'll see again if that's reality. But they are looking pretty good to start this one as Michigan with it to begin here to resume play. Lays it in. Can't get it. Mara slams it in, though. Picking it up. The loose ball. 92-70. As St. Louis with it. 2:10 and counting. We're at 162, by the way. Again, I thought it was going to be a slam dunk on the over, but apparently not. And we might be seeing some subs. Not too sure what's really going on here. Dunlap. You're going to see a lot of players here. Avila going to be checking out. He's probably done. St. Louis fans giving him a standing ovation. Man, Avila is done. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That is tough. Appreciate you, Ryan. Thank you very much. Great show. Go Steelers. You know it. Michigan going to be substituting some players. So Mara's going to check on again. He had a great performance. A lot of Michigan players had just a great performance today, as we'll have some St. Louis and Michigan backups here. I don't know if I'll have their names, but here's Green. Green for St. Louis. He jacks up a 3. That's going to be too strong. Rebounded here by McKinney. McKinney here now with Cadeau. Slowly making his way up. 150 and counting. Trey Green is in. Yes. He just missed a 3. Cadeau with it at the logo. 17 to shoot. Again, I imagine they'll take their time. Or maybe they want the 100. I don't know. As he finds McKinney. McKinney now to Shetter. Shetter back over to McKinney. McKinney driving inside. Look, he loses the ball. Taken away by St. Louis. He's driving inside. Thames puts it up, and it's blocked. Blocked at the rim. Michigan not going to let him have anything easy. Here is Gale, 116. And counting again, we're going to probably see some more subs as I see another Michigan player awaiting his time to shine. Gale with it on the far side. Kicks it out to Shetter. Shetter pump fakes. Driving inside. Kicks it back out to Gale. 7 left to shoot. Gale driving in. Step back 3. Too strong. Rebounded by St. Louis. As here is Thames. Thames over here to McCautry. McCautry driving inside. Puts it high off the glass. Gets the friendly roll. And we're going to see some subs again. 92-72. S.L.U. Alessander. Who is that? I don't even know who that is. I don't even see him. Not sure who Pringle. I'm not following there. Alessander. Are you talking about Avia? He had 9. But yeah, I don't see anyone else. Amari had 14. No one else begins with an A there for St. Louis. Unless there's like a nickname, but I wouldn't know. Trey Green with 9. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Justin, it's a GG's, buddy. I'm sorry. That's a GG's. McKinney with it at the logo. Going to the far side. As he's in the lane. Looking, loses the ball. Picks it up again. As he kicks it back out. Now here again, this is number 5. I have no idea who these guys are. Number 5, driving inside. Puts it up. Off the glass. Gets the basket. Number 5 is too good. Number 5 will go to the line to complete the 3-point play. Avia. Okay. All right. Gotcha. Yeah, he had like 9 points, I think. Yeah, 9 points. So it sounds like a football game from like NFL 2K1. If the announcer didn't know the name, they would just say numbers. Number 5 makes the 3-point play. 95-72, folks. 21 seconds and counting. Here is Okieno. Okieno looking around as he bounce pass inside. Oh, it's blocked again. Number 5 is too good. 10 seconds left. This game is over. Number 5 putting on a show here the last 30 seconds. And that's going to do it. 95-72 is your score. Number 5's name is Goodman. Oscar Goodman, by the way. Found his name. 92. Yeah, 95-72 is your final. There was Kareem Abdul. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I gotcha. I didn't know that. Okay, well, thank you for the knowledge there. But all right, that is pretty much it. Again, I'm going to go ahead and go over the stats, and that'll be it because there's nothing else happening across the college basketball world. Again, I'll be back on tonight as well. So again, feel free to check in for Texas A&M Houston and Vanderbilt and Nebraska. All right, Avia with 9 points, McContry 14, Jones 7, Brown 13, Green with 3, Sharma with 8, Otieno with 5, Dunlap with 9, Thames with 4. For Michigan, Ledenberg with 25, Johnson 15, Mara 16, Cadell with 12, Burnett 11, number 5 with 3 points is Goodman, Shatter with 2, Gale with 3, and McKinney with 8. There you go. That is the game. That is final. But yeah, thank you guys so much. You guys were pretty awesome today. Appreciate you guys. Again, I'll be back on tonight. Again, thank you for clicking on my live stream. I really do appreciate it. Again, thank you, Trisk, for the we're growing. Even in the slow season, we're still able to pick up subscribers. That's always good. But again, if you did like it, make sure again to like and subscribe. Yes, I will have those handy for you, Trisk. And again, I'll be back on tonight. And again, if you also like the NFL, that is where the channel's at its best. But yeah, see you guys in a few hours for Texas A&M and Houston. See you guys real soon. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Peace.